Well, I don't think there are studios now like what Roger Corman was doing, where he gave people opportunities to go out and make these movies on limited budgets, where it forced them to sort of maximize their creativity, solve problems, and all that. Like, is there, or like Troma, certainly in New York does like some, they're still around, but like, are those studios? Those studios exist where young directors get an opportunity like that.
No, not really.
No, not really.
Like we see the Troma legacy. You watch Peacemaker?
Oh yeah.
See, like James Gunn started with Troma.
Right.
Yeah. And then he runs like Warner
DC,
Brothers,
right?
The DC section of Warner Brothers, right?
You never know.
And when you watch Peacemaker, you see it.
Yeah.
You see all the Troma stuff. You see it, like you see it in this movie called Super. You ever seen that with Rainn Wilson?
No, I haven't.
Rainn Wilson plays like a vigilante. It's a very grim kind of movie.
It has that kind of over the top, very ugly kind of violence.
It feels like Toxic Avenger, the original time. It feels like that.
Which they remade. Didn't they?
They remade that
with
Peter Dinklage.
Peter Dinklage, right?
Peter Dinklage, yeah.
So what role does he play? Have you seen it?
He plays the Toxic Avenger.
Oh, that movie freaked me out too.
God.
When I saw
the first one, No, I saw part 2 first on HBO. No, on Cinemax.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Part 2, and in the beginning, the Toxic Avenger's fighting all these people, and he grabs one guy by the arms, and spins him around, right? And then the Toxic Avenger like looks at the guy, is like, the guy's gone, and he looks at his arms. The arms have been ripped off, and the dude's screaming with no arms, like That disturbed me a lot. Like these movies were disturbing. I think I preferred B movies in some way because of the shock value.
Yeah.
Especially having HBO. Mm-hmm. Back then, HBO had really risky programming. Mm-hmm. It had, I think because this is before Sopranos and Sex and the City.
Right.
Like we had HBO and they weren't that big. They would kind of show movies like The Guyver.
I am The Guyver.
HBO took all the sex and the violence from the B movies they showed on Cinemax and HBO and put that in their TV series.
Yeah.
How is Game of Thrones not a B movie?
Yeah. Oh, totally. It is. Yeah. And that's become the A's become B and B's become A.
The things in that show.
Yeah.
And Game of Thrones.
It's just a big soap opera, really.
Yeah.
Right,
but I mean, come on, like castration.
I think it was those premium channels.
Right.
Might have been
Cinemax.
My intro to
it was
the
Cinemax.
cinema.
Mm-hmm.
And a
Yeah.
lot.
Skinamax. Late night on Skinamax. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In the daytime.
Yeah, HBO
HBO.
HBO had like Real Sex. They had
Shock
Taxi
Video
Cab.
5, Taxi Cab Confessions.
Taxi Cab Confessions was really interesting.
It was amazing. I mean, that was so shocking, and especially so New York City and.
It's just Rock had Taxi Driver Confessions. That was hilarious.
So y'all don't do no drugs?
No, we don't take drugs, thanks.
No drugs?
No.
Man, could you piss in this for me?
No.
If you want to talk about great directors that started out with Corman, you have Scorsese, Boxcar Bertha.
Yep.
That has disturbing moments. A guy gets crucified on the side of a train.
Right.
It was David Carradine, right?
Yeah.
He gets that was scary, and it just ends, right?
Yeah.
Cuts to black.
Yeah.
Right? Which always kind of is very unsettling, for like a traumatic ending like that.
Yeah. Well, they ended it. That's how they ended The Sopranos, right?
Yeah, just cut to black.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
What else? Coppola. He directed movies for Corman. Right. Jonathan Demme
was the absolute best.
Yeah,
and a really nice person. I was lucky to be on a set with him one time for Rachel getting married, and he was just like the nicest guy. So smart. He's just so welcoming. He had a dog running around. It was like the nicest set I've ever been to.
He elevated that exploitation cinema to like Best Picture Oscars.
That's actually a great example. Jonathan Demme took what he learned from the shock cinema of Roger Corman, put that in Silence of the Lambs in a screenplay with complex characters, and he's winning Oscars for it.
Yeah, right.
And I read this a book called Film Art that was analyzing Silence of the Lambs, and it made an interesting point. It said Silence of the Lambs would have been considered a gory horror film.
Right.
Now it's considered a quote psychological thriller. Mm-hmm. Now it could win awards.
Right.
Now it has that prestige element to it. So
yeah.
So you could take shock cinema, elevate it as long as you have complex characters and you have the craft.
Oh, we see a lot of that. We see a lot. You ever see The Substance?
Oh yeah.
See, The Substance to me was basically Society. Mm-hmm. From was it Brian Yuzna?
Brian
Yuzna did this movie called Society, where these bodies are coming together and all this kind of stuff. And The Substance with all the effects reminded me of that movie. Mm-hmm. And The Substance was nominated for Best Picture.
Right.
So now that stuff is in this movie now.
Well, it's like all that stuff is just fun. It's like it's really like and the But I love the high and low kind of that's taking it so low that it becomes high again, and then like that sort of like high,
Well, that's why people go to movies. They want to feel something.
Yeah.
They want to feel something. I mean, like, why would I want to go to a movie theater and put down my hard-earned, and the tickets aren't expensive either. They're like, what, $20 now?
And the concessions too. Especially during like the last couple of years in the film industry, it's been so hard that it's either groceries or movie.
Yep.
And groceries are gonna win.
Like, if you take a family to the movies, it's $150.
Yeah. And then when you you watch movies with your kids, right? In the theater.
Yeah, totally.
So you have your family movies you'd watch with your kids.
Yeah.
And then all the money goes to that.
Right.
Do you have money to go see like the Julia Roberts College Professor movie?
I get to see those just because they're like, in the, I'm part of the PGA.
So you get the screeners.
Right.
That's another thing too.
Yeah.
Like filmmakers can't just make movies for people that see movies for free.
That's it. Like it's a disconnect with the audiences.
Yeah.
That's what's really happened. I feel like we're not talking just like there's a lot of New York and LA bias in filmmaking, and you forget the middle of the country and the whole world. Jeremy's movie opened in Providence, Rhode Island. It did great, and just was like, I think that's a new model for cinema and indie cinema of 20, 30 years ago, was that going around the country with your film prints and like getting small audiences, building those audiences, and
you guys made a lot of money doing that. Right,
like over $1 million.
It did.
Right?
When you say you guys, I mean it's like the film did. It's not. It's not. And to make money, you have to spend money. So it's not. It's not.
It's not like you're building money bags.
It's not. No, definitely not. Far from it. And I'm one step removed from it because that's really Jeremy's side of it. I was working on another movie at the same time. So. But it did extraordinarily well theatrically, and we could bring that back. I feel like that's the reality. It's like you see that there's a theatrical audience for independent documentaries. Like for horror movies, you get people to the movie theater sort of go there and show up.
Did y'all see Belly? It's good, man. Nas and Method Man and DMX. Check it out in the daytime though, don't go at night. 4 people got shot when I went. They kept showing the movie, they didn't care.